right. Hey, Artem.
How are you, Martin?
Good. Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure.
Hoping this is going to be helpful to a lot of people.
I hope so too, yeah.
So I'm just going to go through a list of questions to sort of get at your thinking process around work, being out on your own professionally, and how you sort of came to be there. So first of all, tell us what you do.
Well, I'm a fitness trainer, and I also have my business, which is fitness training right now. And right now, that's most of the things that I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm basically helping people to get in a better shape. The specialty is the weight loss, and also getting people healthier, because in my opinion, weight loss and being healthier and being more beautiful is all very much connected. So
Okay.
that's why I pick it as my specialty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you come to do this? Or why do you do this?
Well, it's a kind of long story, but I'm going to try to come up with a short answer for that.
Okay.
When I came to United States first, I didn't really have a lot of friends, and I didn't have family here. So I sometimes felt a little depressed, a little down, and I started working out. I started running around outside, started doing a lot of different exercises, push-ups, pull-ups, and I realized it helps a lot to stay focused on whatever I wanted to do. And I realized that this is very important for me personally, right, to feel good. And at the same time, one of my favorite authors, the writers, right, from my country, I'm originally from Russia, he influenced my actually thought process in a lot, because in his opinion, fitness and health is a necessary foundation for achieving any goal in your life that you really want to achieve. And he is the guy who was really, really sick, almost dying. He had 2 months to live. And using some different techniques, healing techniques, he became champion in karate in Russia. And he became very rich after some time. And he completely healed himself out of all the problems, physical problems. And I realized that, well, so the physical component is so important, because if you don't have the health, if your body is not very effective, if you're not fit enough, right, maybe you're not going to have as much energy to do anything else that you decide to do for yourself in life. So I decided that for now I want to focus on this, but I don't want to do that all the time and all my life, because this is also, for me, is just a foundation. Because my idea of what I really want to do later is I want to actually educate people more, not just train them one-on-one, because I'm not going to be able to train a lot of people and help a lot of people, but I really want to find a way to convey the information that I already know to as many people as I can, and make them healthier, more fit, happier, and more successful, more having more energy to do anything else that they want to do in their lives. Yeah, that's the plan.
Great. And why is it important that you help people, that you share this information with people?
Well, I know that I feel really great when I work out, when I have like really great nutrition, and I do some psychological exercise that I also think very important. So, and I think that my productivity is really high, right? And I also enjoy being in this state. And at the same time, I see many people around who are maybe not in the shape that maybe they want to be, right? Maybe they don't have as much energy that they would like to have. And I would just like to share what I already feel that is possible to as many people as I can, because I just like to, for them to experience the same thing, the same level of health and maybe fitness as I feel already right now.
Great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about what you're doing? Do you love it?
Well, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it, and the reason why I enjoy it is, first of all, it gives me freedom to do anything that I decide for myself that I would like to do, right? Because, well, right now in my business, I just train people, right? That's what I do. But at the same time, I know that I don't have a boss, I don't have a manager, I don't have any deadlines to meet. So I can create my own deadlines and I can create my own goals. So, and that I really like about whatever I'm doing right now, right? Because I really have this freedom to do anything that I decide for myself to do. That's probably the most important reason why I'm doing this. And second is because I actually like to share with people. I like to share with people all that information and all that excitement that I already have, because I love working out. I love feeling, great, healthy, and strong. So that's, I can say, I probably can say that I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Seems like it. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you grew up and how your parents conditioned you to think about work. So can you share with us how the messages you received or the training you received about how to think about how you should fit into the workplace?
Well, my family was really kind of a little strange, because my mother had a completely different mindset from what my father had. My mother used to be very religious, and she had this mindset that you have to go to school, maybe find a job, and work. So basically, very general mindset, right? But at the same time, my father was completely different. He was main belief that he has is you only have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and whatever you decide, you do that. But he never taught me really, that you have to think like that. I could just see that in whatever he was doing, because he had several businesses, and I just realized that that's probably his mindset, because he only depended on himself all the time. He didn't work regular jobs, never in his life. So I had both examples from both mindsets, and I experienced both of them also. I worked a regular job many years ago, and I realized I don't really enjoy it that much, because I really like freedom, and I think I really have the ideas that I can bring into that world, and they can influence people. If I just work regular job 9 to 5, it's not going to happen. My idea is not going to, be anywhere else. They're just going to sit inside of my head, and they're going to die there. So I realized probably that's not the way that I want to be, going inside in my life. And also the writer that I was talking about in the beginning, from his works, I was constantly hearing that in order to really enjoy this life and be content with yourself, you have to have your own business. It just has to happen, because that's the way that he was, looking at the things. And I like the challenge of it, because it really gives you a lot of challenge, because you wake up in the morning, you don't have a boss who is telling you have to do this and you have to do this. So it's all about you. You have to be your own boss, and you have to decide that you have to do. So it's a challenge, because you really have to push yourself, right? And I really like it. I like that challenge. That at the same time, it gives you a lot of reasons why you need to grow, because you have all these goals in your head and all those ideas that you can do. But if you don't improve yourself, they're still going to be just, ideas in your head. They're never going to materialize in your life. So I really like the challenge. That's probably also part of me, and the reason also why I'm doing my business. I decided to do that. Yeah.
So do you think that's the reason why most people just have a regular job working for someone else, because they can't sort of get themselves to make their ideas a reality or develop that self-discipline to do that?
Well, I cannot really speak for some other people, so I don't know what's inside of their heads, but I can assume maybe some of them are just afraid to do something else from whatever they already know that they are good at, and they can make money, and they have a good living with that money. But maybe at the same time, maybe some people just don't even know what they really want to do. That may be another way to think about it, because I think that slowly, little by little, over the years, I realized that that's what I want to do right now. And I don't think you can ever say that's the only thing that I like and that's the only thing that I want to do during my entire life, because in my opinion it always evolves. The more you find out, the more you finding out information about yourself, what you can do. You're trying one thing, then you realize, oh, maybe I can do a little better, or maybe I can reach a little more people, right? And then you start thinking differently a little bit, and you're always evolving. So again, I don't know exactly why people not doing whatever they love, but maybe that's not for everybody. That's also maybe not 100% of people are capable of taking the risks that they're supposed to take and listening to themselves. Because really, I don't think we are conditioned to really listen to ourselves. I think we are conditioned more to absorb some information from the society, which is more readily available to you. Like, for example, you have to go to school, you have to get a job, you have to work, usually 9 to 5. And we're not conditioned to really listen to yourself, right? To what your gut's actually telling you that you want to be doing. So maybe that's the reason why so many people are not following also their dreams and desires. So it's a hard question to answer, actually. Yeah.
I think you probably hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone? You said that possibly people are either afraid or they do not know what they want to do. So what would you say to someone who knows that they're unhappy with their job and they don't like working for someone, but they don't know what they really want to do, or they're afraid to do it? What advice would you give them?
I think the first advice that I would probably give them is to take maybe 5 minutes out of your day and just try to listen to what your body tells you. Because your body always tells you something. It may tell you about maybe you're not eating the right food, it feels sick, so it tells you something about maybe you need to change the way you're eating. It always tells you a lot of things, you just need to notice it, right? And another thing, I would never suggest somebody to, cancel all your life and cancel your job that you already have and just go do something else and be your own boss, right? I don't think that ever worked for somebody. But if the person would start listening to himself or herself more and realize, for example, maybe that person likes to paint, right? So then if the person likes to paint, maybe just paint 30 minutes, find 30 minutes a day and just paint a little something, right? And try to do it for a couple of weeks and maybe a month and see, do you still like painting, or maybe that's not really something that you're passionate about. If that passion and if that desire to paint more and maybe in a different way keeps growing, then maybe you found it. If it's not growing, If you realize, oh, I get bored with this, I want something else, well, maybe that person needs to listen more to what, you know, that God is telling that person, and try some other areas, you know. So I think it's all about listening to yourself and trying new things. That's what I would probably suggest.
I think you've hit it right on the head again. So you said that you had these two examples growing up. You had your father who was more independent-minded, your mother who was more conventional in her thinking,
yes.
perhaps. How did you evolve to think about things in the way that you do now? How did you separate what was right for you and what was not right for you in terms of how to think about this, to come to the conclusion that you need to be on your own?
Well, I decided I had this opportunity to come to the United States, and I came here. Basically, I isolated myself from my family because I was here by myself. And when I was here by myself, I didn't have any information coming to my brain from any of the sides, right? I didn't have anybody, so I had complete vacuum of information. And that actually helped me to really listen to myself and really understand what I really want in this life, right? Because when I was growing up, I was always living with my family, my grandmother, my mother, sometimes my father, and even if I didn't realize it, I always had this influx of information, of ideas. Sometimes they were not even verbalized. Sometimes you just kind of feel them, and that really held me down. That's for sure. So the fact that I was able to separate myself from all that influence really was the big change that I actually needed. Yeah, I think that's the most important shift.
I think you're exactly right. You know, for me, I had to shut off the television, the media, the newspapers, the news, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Stop talking to a lot of people that I was talking to. In order to do exactly what you're describing, I had to get quiet long enough to hear myself. And I think that's a key, and I think it's a real problem to overcome nowadays because we have so much information coming at us.
I think so.
So let me ask you this. How much control do you have over the work that you do on a daily basis? I think you've already answered it. You pretty much control it all, but how much power do you have to choose what you do every day, and how do you feel about having that much power?
Well, I definitely have a lot more power compared to if I would be working for somebody else, right? So, of course, I have some power. But again, for example, right now I just want to do this thing, right? For example, fitness training, just train people one-on-one or train small groups. Then I realize maybe I want to do something bigger, right? So I still have control over my training, and now I have to figure out how to get control over how to evolve into a different level, right? But I think it's a lot of control because it's all depends on me. All depends on what I decide I want to do.
And you like it that way?
I really like it that way, yeah.
I don't blame you. In terms of your daily work and the work that you choose to do, does your daily life feel like a struggle, or does it feel more like things flow freely?
It never really feels like a struggle because I chose what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
So I know that I want to help those people, and that's what I'm doing. I'm helping the people that I train. So I cannot say that it's a struggle. No, it's more of an adventure because sometimes you don't know where to get more clients and how to go about it. It's more like you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Of course, that's exactly the reason why not everybody probably can do that. and maybe sometimes it takes a lot of time. It doesn't happen right away. Or I decided I want to do my own business, and tomorrow I already have the business, right? In my case, it didn't happen that way. So it took already, for now, I already have my business for about 2-3 years. And still sometimes I struggle to find some new people, and but at the same time I know that I'm going to the direction that I chose, and I know that I'm not going to stop here. So at the same time I know that this is going to give me a lot of reasons to evolve, right? So if I don't know what to do, maybe I should ask somebody who knows. Maybe I should go to some networking events and talk to more people and find some more information, maybe some more people, right? Get more exposure. So it's a constant, evolution of yourself, and that's also that I like about it. So yeah.
Who benefits from the work that you do? Who benefits directly from your work?
Well, first of all, definitely the people who I train. A lot of them had really good results. Like I had a guy who lost 67 pounds in 8 months. He became really strong and a lot healthier than before, of course, because a lot of people don't realize that for me, my focus is health. But health is, I think a lot of people have misconceptions about health. Like if you just don't get sick, it's not really the health, right? Health is something more dynamic. You have to actually work on it every day. And that's how you actually can develop health. So let's go back to the people who benefit, right? So when I train somebody, I pay a lot of attention to nutrition, of course, to exercise, of course, and sometimes I give some psychological insights, because I think psychology is very much connected to everything else that the person wants to do. So I'm trying to bring all those ideas together. And kind of help people not just to lose weight and maybe, okay, they lost weight now, maybe they're gonna go and gain the weight back. But at the same time, I'm just trying to help them think differently about their lives, and help them realize that they actually are in control of their body, they're in control of their health. And maybe if you go a step ahead, then you realize that you are in control of your life, right? In control of what you do. So, but yeah, those are the people who benefit, my clients, definitely, yeah.
Sorry if some of these seem redundant.
That's okay.
Okay. So, when you think about your work and the rest of your life, does it feel like an integrated continuum, or does it feel like work is in one compartment and your social life is in another compartment? How does that feel?
It feels more like everything is integrated right now. Okay. Yeah, because my social life is more also about business and finding more connections and maybe helping more people and maybe educating people, right? So I don't really discriminate between my job and my social life that much.
Yeah, it probably comes from being who you are. And,
I think so. Yeah, it's more like a natural way to be yourself and to live your life. So everything kind of goes in a harmony, right? Yeah.
Very well said. I agree. Do you make a distinction between work and play?
Not that much. Not that much, and yeah, my clients actually know about it, so we like to play around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you deserve this? Do you deserve to have a job that you love and to enjoy every moment that you're awake?
That's a very interesting question, actually, because I never ask myself if I deserve what I'm doing, because I just like it. So that question never really came up. But at the same time, a good way to look at this is sometimes, well, deserve and not deserve. I think everybody deserves to do whatever they like to do, right? Like I don't see why people will not be deserving to do something that they like, right? Probably it's just, yeah, I guess I feel like I deserve to do that, yeah. I don't see any problems with deserving, yeah.
Yeah. So you would say other people deserve what you have if they want it?
I think everybody deserves to do whatever they decide for themselves to do, definitely, because that depends on them, right? If it depends on me, of course I deserve it, right? Another question is, what exactly do you want? Yeah, that's the most important probably question. Yeah. So definitely, in my opinion, everybody deserves to do what they like.
And
just
be happy.
And be happy. Yeah. Why not?
So we're just about done. Do you have any advice, again, for people who may be watching this, who are not completely happy with how they're living their work life?
Actually, I do.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Lay it on us.
Well, I just had some strategies that really work for me, right? And strategy number one is, you're gonna be maybe surprised, dressing really, really well. That strategy works for me perfect, because when you dress really well, maybe sometimes beyond what you need for your work. Like, I don't need to dress up for my fitness work, right? But I do. I dress up, and the reason why I do that is our insides, how we feel about ourselves and what we think about ourselves, is very much connected to the outsides, to our outside, how we look, right? And when I personally dress up very well, right now maybe it's not the best representation, I feel that tension that people, like, for example, if I'm walking around in the city and the girls are not really noticing me, that means something is wrong. I have to change the way I look, right? At the same time, when you look really, really good, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself, just because there is that connection between outside and inside, right? So this is number one strategy: just dress up as much as you can and see how it's going to work for you. Second strategy is actually how to achieve your goal, right? So this is more how to achieve already the goal that you have. And the second strategy that I really, really like for myself, I really enjoy it, is take a couple of minutes and try to visualize yourself that you already achieved the goal that you want to achieve, and attach feeling to that goal. Like, for example, I usually attach a feeling of my victory. Many years ago, I had a victory in Taekwondo tournament. I got the first place, and I really remember that gave me really, really strong, intense feeling of joy. And what I do, I go back to that moment and I take that feeling and I attach that feeling to my imaginary vision of success, or whatever success I can imagine for myself, right? And I maximize that feeling as much as I can. Also keeping my body straight and keeping a smile on my face. It's very important. And I do that for 1 minute. So I maximize it, I just feel joy in every muscle in my body, in every part of my body. And then I relax, go back to normal, right? and then maybe I do it a couple more times. And what it does,
hold that thought because the camera's about to shut off. Okay, continue.
so what that exercise does for me is, okay, maybe I need to explain. So we have conscious mind, we have logical mind, and we also have subconscious mind. And the logical mind is something that we use to set the goals, to understand what we want in life. But really, what helps us to achieve that goal is not really the logical mind, but more subconscious, more what we have deep inside of our brain, right? And when I imagine myself already having that goal, already being in a position of success, and I attach a really strong, powerful feeling to that, it gives my subconscious a signal that I already achieved the goal. And it gives it a feeling how it feels to be already achieved that goal, how it feels. And then what happens, it's like a magnet. Your success and you become attracted to each other. And the more powerful the feeling of joy you can generate inside of your body, the more powerful you're going to be attracted to your success, right? So that strategy really, really works for me. And I think if I just take one strategy, it's probably going to be this. It really helps, yeah.
Awesome. That's all my questions. Is there anything else you want to share with people?
Well, listen to yourself. Listen what really brings joy into your life, and take things slowly. Don't try to rush into things. If you have a job, keep your job and really figure out what you want slowly. And then when you really realize that that's what you want to do, then you make the change, right? But never rush with that. So I think that's all I wanted to share.
Great. Thank you very much.
And good luck, people. Yeah, you can achieve anything that you think about. It's all up to you.